I said, hey, yo, what's good? And salute to all my YouTube land people in the building. Yes, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to J Rock Sports Talk. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really gonna make a video today. I was thinking about it, but then I was watching Too Raw, and he was talking about a few things, and I said, damn, I gotta make a video covering this. So salute to Too Raw. Make sure you go check out his channel. One, excellent brother in the YouTube space. Talks about basketball. He has great takes and whatnot. Um, but yeah, like I just had to piggyback off of some of the stuff that he was talking about. Like just like I mentioned in previous videos and stuff. Um, the disrespect is just it's really getting out of hand. It's not gonna be a rant today. It's just gonna be a reaction and just more me speaking on, what he was talking about. I'm gonna cover the three of the last four videos that he's made today, but each one of them are bangers, and I had to speak on this. But yeah, like I said, much respect to Too Raw. He's knowledgeable brother. He's actually the one that really made me consider putting Wilt in these top GOAT discussions and stuff like that. Cause he's been vouching for Wilt Chamberlain for a long time, and like I said, he knows what he's talking about. He has great insight, and yeah, just everything. His channel is great. So once again, salute to Too Raw. Go check out his channel. Go sub, like his videos and stuff like that. Also salute to KB. I was in his live stream last night. And man, that live stream, it was a good one, and we pretty much was live pretty much all night. But go check out his channel. But yeah, without any further delay, like I said, I wanted to just cover these few videos because, like I said, the disrespect is getting out of hand. Just trying to trash past errors and stuff like that. Like I always say, man, whatever error you find is the best era, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that people, especially LeBron James fans, they just they don't want to accept um they don't want to accept opinions. And this is where the disconnect is with a lot of people, you know. For the most part they don't. Now, do you have rabid fans of every player? Absolutely. Jordan fans are not perfect. Kobe fans are not perfect. Um, but the thing is that you got to find a good balance of people who are going to be honest, you know? And yeah, that's just really it. I think LeBron James, he, like I said in one of my other videos, he ushered in the era of disrespect because he's called himself the GOAT. It started back in 2016, and ever since then, it's just been a full on assault to disrespect and discredit the past eras and past players. If you want to think this is the most skilled generation, that's fine. But you can't get mad when somebody has pushback or a difference of opinion. And this is where we've gotten to, and this is why the GOAT debate, for the most part, it isn't fun anymore. But, like I said, it is what it is. I'm going to let Two Raw speak, and then we'll go from there. So. Now, just before he speaks, before he talks, because I did watch the video, but I just want to say, right, before I play the videos, I'm going to talk about it. So the title says Trae Young says that he'd be the GOAT if he was 6 inches taller. See, this is the problem with this generation. Everybody wants to lay claim that, oh, they're the best, they're this, they're that. Just like Spencer Dinwiddie saying, "You put me in the '70s, I'm LeBron James." It's like stuff like that. Like, stop being so egotistical. And furthermore, won't you look, Steph Curry, right? At least he has a case. Some people may not think he's top 10. I think he is, but at the very least, at least he has a case because he is the best player of his generation. Do you understand what I'm saying? At the very least. So it's not really far fetched to have Steph Curry in the top 10 anymore. At the very least, he's the best player of his generation. And this is the problem. You got guys just like Al Harrington. He said, "Oh yeah, I would bust Willis Reed's ass." Bro, you wasn't even doing nothing against the big men in your era. Did you do anything against Tim Duncan? Did you do anything? Did you do anything against Kevin Garnett, Alonzo Mourning? I mean, what are we talking about? These modern day NBA players, they need to really stop. Just like Austin Rivers coming out and saying, "Oh, you know, if certain things happen, I'll be top 25. If you put me in the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s, I'll be a top 25 player." Bro, you're not even a top 25 player in this era. Let alone you would be top 25 all time. See, and this is what I'm talking about. And like I said, it all started because LeBron came out in 2016 and said that one made me the greatest player of all time. Not giving no credit to Kyrie Irving, unprovoked. Like, being that people let this slide and it's been allowed to fester all of these years, there should have been. Now, there was pushback, but there should have been a lot more pushback. There should have been a lot more pushback. The fact that LeBron James was allowed to say on a public platform that he created or he owned or whatever it is, that right there is disgusting. That people didn't have much to say about that. So just to go back to Trae Young, bro, won't you worry about being the best player of this era? Won't you worry about that? Stop talking if this was to happen, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Worry about improving on your game and trying to be the best point guard in the league. First, start with that, because you're not even that. But anyway, I just wanted to get my thoughts on that. I'll let you speak, and then I'll take over from there.
What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. The hubris of these players today, the unmitigated, unwarranted, undeserved, and downright insulting temerity of athletes today when they make these outlandish claims from a historical perspective. Trae Young, of course, is an all-star guard with the Atlanta Hawks. And he is considered by many one of the best players in the NBA. And, you know, look, one of the most popular things right now in this off season is to engage in this GOAT debate. I was going to say something. I was going to say something else, but let's say this zesty as GOAT debate.
Okay, real quick. First, let me also give a shout out to Who Is Hendo. Go subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Another good brother in the YouTube space that talks basketball. He had made a video. I meant to react to it, but he had made a video. He was talking about, I think he was talking about Kevin Durant and how he was saying, "Why can't I be in the GOAT debate?" which is hilarious to even think about. But yeah, he had made a video talking about that, and I did see the video. But even in that, you know, he's like, "Well, damn, people just put anybody in the GOAT debate." And it's crazy to think that a lot of players, first of all, when we talk about the elite best two-way players with a little bit of everything to their resume, you have had great two-way players, but not to the magnitude of the elites. Meaning guys like Jordan, Wilt, Kareem, and Kobe, Duncan, and Olajuwon. Those guys, those six, first of all, they're the top six, in my opinion. But those guys are, they have the offense and defense, and they have the longevity. Not to mention, they have the accolades and accomplishments. Those guys are the cream of the crop when you're talking about elite two-way players with a great resume. So, at least in that sense, they have that going for them. But you can't just throw anybody in the GOAT debate. You really can't. Even though it is subjective, you really have to be reasonable. And this is something that I was thinking about. And like I said, salute to 2 Raw because he's opened my eyes as well as others about Will Chamberlain. You know? And I did apologize for calling Will Chamberlain selfish. I was very ignorant and I wasn't well informed to come to that conclusion because I'm looking at it from a championship standpoint. You can't just look at it like that. And just like in KB's live stream, Kobe Bryant Film Room, when we was talking about, Wilt versus Russell, I made the point to say if you have the same exact team, Wilt's team is going to win because he can score better than Russell. If they're listen, if Bill Russell has a slight edge on defense, just a slight one, because I do think he's the better defender than Wilt, but it's not by much. And the gap between Bill Russell's offensive game and Wilt is by a long shot. So if they both have the same team with equal talent, Wilt's team is going to win because he's scoring more than Bill Russell. That's just logical. So this is what I'm saying. You have to be a two-way superstar and you can't just look at rings. But I'm going to let him continue.
Right? Between really LeBron James and Michael Jordan. I don't know why it's just two candidates for this claim. It really makes no sense.
And see, that's another thing. That's another thing that I have an issue with. See, the GOAT debate has, what the sports media has done, this is largely their fault. What they have done is they've talked about Jordan versus LeBron so much that, and Uncommon Sense made this point as well. Shout out to him and his channel. Go subscribe to him as well. But Uncommon Sense made a point to say that, they compared these guys so much. Not in good faith. And not by being reasonable and objective. But they've compared Jordan versus LeBron so much that it will make you think that LeBron is the second greatest player of all time. Now, if people want to have that perspective, that's fine. But the fact is that, first of all, LeBron is not even a two-way player. Let's go with that. Not a great one. He has not sustained great defense over a long period of time in his career. And really, when he got to Miami, that's when he really became a true, complete player. That's where he worked on his jump shot. But then again, he was playing with a super team. So when you got a bunch of shooters and weapons around you, yeah, it's going to be very difficult to guard you. See, after Miami, right? See, let me go with this, right? LeBron James averaged 40% from the three, which is really good. But you have to remember that he was on a super team. But he did average 40%. But, and that was in 2013, right? Who many would probably consider LeBron's best season, possibly. But And that season, he averaged 40% from the three. He has yet to do that until these last few years in LA. You know why? Because the game opened up. And on top of that, the talent that he was playing with in Miami did not facilitate that when he played with going back to Cleveland and playing with the Lakers. He hasn't had the talent to space out the floor. But now, being that it's so easy to score in this era, and being that the 3-point shot is not a strong point. When you look at LeBron's career, he has never been a good or even great 3-point shooter. He's been average to above average, and many times below average. But what I'm saying is that with the talent that he had in Miami, that helped him reach 40% from the 3-point line, and he's only reached that recently. So this is what I'm saying. Like, he's playing with a bunch of talent, but like I would say, the GOAT debate does not come down to Jordan versus LeBron. There are many other great players. It just depends on how you see it. But the sports media is largely to blame for just it being LeBron versus Jordan, which is ridiculous because he hasn't passed Kareem. All right, and I'm not talking about in points. As far as being a two-way player, he's nothing like Kareem. He's nothing like Wilt. He's nothing like Kobe, Duncan, or Olajuwon. He's not a great two-way player for longer periods of time than those players. He's just not.
But it's been expanding now. Like, I guess they're getting kind of tired of asking the same question 1,000 different ways between those two players. So now they're finding different ways to expand on it, right? So Trey Young, I'm assuming, was asked this nonsense, and he gave his perspective on it. So basically, he said that if he was 6 inches taller, he'd be the GOAT.
Now that is so laughable. That's ridiculous. Like what are we doing, Trey? Are you serious, bro? Won't you worry about reaching the conference finals? Worry about reaching the semis. Worry about winning the championship. Worry about uh, helping your teammates become better. Don't worry about this GOAT debate, because you know we're in it, bro. As of right now, you know we're in the conversation, bro. This is crazy. Like, what are we doing? And then they want to get respect in this era? No, you don't get no respect. This, this is crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna let him continue.
Yeah, this is what he had to say.
I used to have this saying. I used to hate when I used to see guys that's tall and that's all. You know what I'm saying?
Tall and that's all. That's what.
They just out there. They tall and that's all, and they can finish and do all this stuff. And I mean, if I was 6'8", like I feel like I would be the best player to ever play this game, just because of my mentality and the way I play. Just the.
Hold up. See. This is another thing that really bothers me. We gotta stop talking like this. Like, we gotta stop talking as men. Oh, I feel like. Honestly, we gotta stop doing that. Because it's not about what you feel. It's about reality and what's actually happening. Instead of saying you feel, you should say I think. Don't say you feel. Because you lose points with me for saying that. You know, it depends on the subject and the context of the conversation. But for the most part, grown-ass men should not be saying, oh, I feel like this is what would happen. No, bro. You come to a rational conclusion. You think, not you feel. But anyway.
Just the smartness I have on this game, like, I feel like there's a lot I can bring. But there's a lot of deficiencies because, like, I'm 6'2", 6'1". Like, it's tough. I'm playing in a big man's game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, the percentages, for me, I think it varies. Because, like, I mean, you said it's heart and
Skill.
Like, for me, like, it's a lot of it's skill. I mean, a lot of it's skill, but a lot of it's heart. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of guys, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same bar for everybody.
Now, before he speaks, yeah, having heart and having skill is important. You also have to have results. You know, you can still be skilled, but not utilize your skill to elevate your team. You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends, but I think for the most part, what Trey Young said about him being 6'1", 6'2", difficult to navigate, being in a big man's league. I mean, shoot, the lane is wide open for the most part. So if you're struggling, you gotta work on that. And there's a lot of times you take a lot of wild ass threes. So we're not gonna do that like you're trying to go to the basket like you're Allen Iverson. You're not doing that. Okay, you're doing a lot of step back, shooting from the logo, bricking it, turning the ball over. That's your type of game, and that's fine. But don't act like you have it tough, bro, because you don't. You're not even going to the basket for the most part. But anyway, I'll let Turo continue.
Look, I kind of want to say like, well, okay, it's part of it that want me to say like, look, man, what are you really kind of saying in my mind? I feel like I have the confidence that I can be the best. I just don't like these. I don't know, man. I don't understand why a person can just can't.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too.
Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
Can't say, look, man, if I was taller, maybe I would have certain advantages, right? But you could also argue that if you were 6, 7 inches taller, your game would be different. I mean, if you were 6'8", 6'9", would you be so perimeter orientated? Maybe you would be more of a finisher. Maybe you would be, yeah, you'd be better at finishing, but maybe you wouldn't be working as much on your outside game. Maybe your game be totally different. Maybe you wouldn't be as explosive.
Wait, just to say something real quick. I know what Turo was trying to say. People, they're always making these statements, like it's absolute fact. Like, oh man, if this was to happen, I would be here. I would be so great. Yeah, these type of statements is what bothers a lot of people. It's including myself. When you make a statement like that, bro, you gotta show up and show out. You can't just make a statement. If I was a little bit taller, then I would be the best. Bro, you're not even the best now. So what are we talking about? But I think that's what Turo was trying to say.
I don't know. You can't just look at it like, oh, well, if I'm just had this, I'd be better because maybe it would take away from something else you got. But I just hate this. If this had happened, I'd be the GOAT. All these pie in the sky hypotheticals. Oh, well, if Obama was white, he would have got 60% of the vote. If Obama was white, he would carry every state in the union, but it was holding him back that he was black. Well, did that kind of add to its appeal in 2008? I'm pretty sure it did. This is super cap, man. And, look, at the end of the day, the thing that's pissed me off the most about this is, damn, Trey, like, do you want everything to be easy out there? I mean, the game is catered toward perimeter players. The rules are catered to help you. Remember when the NBA tried to make it more physical? Like beginning of the season before last year, and guys like Dame and Trey and Harden were struggling because they weren't getting the same goddamn calls. They're complaining up and down. They're complaining to the team official, not team officials, but the team officials, management, sending memos to the NBA. Hey, we need you to help out our stars because these dudes somehow can't figure it out, and then they just dropped it. Okay, we're gonna give them the same ticky tack calls.
I know exactly what he's talking about, and yeah, that was a thing because the one player who got affected the most by that was James Harden. And James Harden looked pedestrian. When they tried to let the game be physical, James Harden couldn't do all that ref baiting, all that foul garbage that he usually does. All of that flopping and trying to sell the contact and all this nonsense. Yeah. So he looked below average during that little stretch. I know exactly what he's talking about. And the person that comes to mind is James Harden, like I said. So if they let physicality back in the game, oh boy, a lot of players wouldn't make it. It is what it is.
Whining always to the officials, you're not getting this call. Oh, this guy's being this physical with me and all this. Now it ain't enough. Now you need to be 7 inches taller. You need to be 6, 7 inches taller, and everything will be just so much easier. I don't know why. You feel like that. It ain't like you Allen Iverson, who's better than you, or Isaiah Thomas, who's better than you, or Nate Archibald, who's better than you, or to me, Kevin Johnson, who's better than you. Kyrie Irving is better than you. All these dudes are better than you that are 6'3" and under. Russ is like 6'4". Well, I think he's 6'3". Russ is better than you. And yeah, Russ is better than him because if you didn't know this, Trae Young overtook Russell Westbrook for the NBA record for most turnovers per game. But like I said before, turnovers only fucking matter with Russell Westbrook with the haters. Caitlin Clark is averaging about 8 turnovers the last 4 games. Her teammates been playing better, so that's been covering up. She's been averaging 5.6 turnovers this season, but nobody gives a shit.
And let me talk about that real quick. You know, salute to Man Down Sports. I just want to say this real quick piece on Caitlin Clark. I'm going to be honest with you, like, there's a lot of racism going on. And there's a lot of racist people out there who are supporting Caitlin Clark. And there's nothing wrong with supporting Caitlin Clark. And me personally, from what I've seen, I don't think Caitlin Clark is a racist herself. The only thing that I'm saying is that some of her fans, it's gotten out of control with her and Angel Reese. It's gotten out of control. You know, I was looking at one. I mentioned this in Tura's video. I was looking at one channel. I forgot the channel, but I was looking at one channel, and he's talking about, oh, Caitlin Clark is the great white hope. Like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Look, if you like Caitlin Clark and you think that she's a great player and you think that she's better than Angel Reese, there's nothing wrong with that. But see, this is the problem. All this deifying language with LeBron, oh, my king, and, you know, Caitlin Clark being a great white hope. Like, people need to stop doing that. Like, y'all are grown-ass men, and you're talking about, oh, you know, my king and all the rest of it. Like, all of this deifying language. Like this dude is a god or something. Like, you could be critical of this dude. You could be critical of Caitlin Clark. You could be critical of Angel Reese. If you're coming from a place... But see, this is the problem. They're not. But if you're coming from a place of respect, enjoying the game, you know, being critical, respectful critiques, and you actually know what you're talking about, that's different. But just to come at people because they don't think highly of Caitlin Clark, what are we doing, bro? Get out of here with that. Like, you can't say nothing about certain people, or unless you're a hater or you don't like something. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, even with Russell Westbrook, I said it before and I'll say it again. I will never forgive LeBron fans or the sports media for how they treated Russell Westbrook. This man came off the bench at the ridiculous request and pressure from all of LeBron fans and all of the sports media. Oh my God, Russell Westbrook, all the turnovers. Oh, he's bricking shots. Oh my God, he needs to come off the bench. The man did that and y'all still blamed him. But LeBron doesn't get any blame? Oh, so everything he does is right. Right? Okay. This is why he's 3-6. You know, he makes the right play all the time, but he's 3-6. Right? That does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? I mean, Magic Johnson, at least he's 5-4. At the very least, he's 5-4 in the NBA Finals. I mean, what are we doing? And I know Wilt has a losing record, but Wilt was going up against a juggernaut dynasty. Something that we haven't even seen yet. There hasn't even been a team to win 4 in a row, let alone 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't use that against Wilt because, like I said, had he had the same or a similar supporting cast, he would have just as many rings as Bill Russell. Maybe a little bit less because Wilt kind of had an ego. So I'm not going to say he would replicate every success of Bill Russell. But I give him a good chance to be a winner just like Russell. But like I said, man, it's just getting ridiculous. But, you know, I'll never forgive LeBron fans for how they, and sports media, how they did Russell Westbrook. That was disgusting. Every little thing he does got to be put under a microscope. Yet no, let LeBron do something. They just sweep it under the rug. I can't stand y'all.
Trae Young averaging 4.5 turnovers for his career. Nobody gives a shit. Only when Russ turn it over. Because, you know, that's what it is. Niggas is followers. But anyway, this is big cap, man. Just unbelievable cap. GOAT, man. Come on, man. Come on. I seen some article right and say that if he was 6'8", he'd be a combination of Magic Johnson and Steph Curry. Are you kidding me?
Yo, bro, when I heard that, I said I gotta do a video. I forgot he even said that. What are we doing? A combination of what? That is ridiculous. It'd be a combo. If he was taller, it'd be a combo of Magic and Steph. What are we doing? What are we doing with this woulda, coulda, shoulda nonsense? This is nasty work at the highest level. This is crazy.
First of all, Steph Curry and Magic Johnson did and do attempt to play defense. This motherfucker is arguably the worst starting player at the defensive position. And why the fuck is he shooting 43% from the floor for his career? Why? Steph is shooting 47%. That don't sound like a lot, but it is. It's a lot for a career. That 4 percentage difference is huge for a career. Enormous. All these rules are slanted to help this guy. And he's still shooting 43% from the floor and like 34, 35% from three. So put him in the NBA 20 years ago without all that spacing because we didn't have all of these ubiquitous shooters around. Shooting is ubiquitous in the NBA, I should say. So we didn't have all.
But if you put him back in the NBA 20 years ago, he's shooting under 32%.
All these shooters. I guess that's a Freudian slip for something else I'm going to talk about later today. We didn't have all these shooters in the NBA. So the spacing wasn't right. Look, Allen Iverson did what he did. Allen Iverson outplayed you, out-hustled you, achieved you without playing with a significant other scoring option for the most part in Philly. You had DeJounte Murray and couldn't get it done. But you supposed to be the GOAT because of 6 inches. Yeah, how many other people say that shit, man? You know what I mean? Shit, man. I mean, baby, if I just had 3 more inches, baby, I'd be the best lover ever. Nah. That ain't all it is. You just suck. Your stroke game suck. Your eat game suck. Your endurance game suck. All that shit suck. Go. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, Two Rows hilarious, but yeah, he's right, man. Shit, oh man, shit is sad. That's sad.
Mercy, man. This look, man. At one point in time, the GOAT discussion was a responsible, um, thought-provoking subject 10, 15 years ago. And only people that were involved in this conversation when back in them days was MJ, Kareem, Jordan, or did I already say MJ? MJ, Kareem, Wilt. They was putting Kobe in it, but I thought it was premature at that time, 2007, 8. Magic. That's about it. Maybe Bird. But now you putting anybody. You're putting anybody in this conversation now, man. Like, god damn, like, I mean, it's just kind of weak, man. Like, I mean, who's next? Who's next gonna be in this conversation? So Richard Jefferson, what do you think? Well, I think that look, if I were playing in the NBA today, and if I was playing alongside a guy like LeBron, I mean, the game would be so much easier for me. I mean, G Willikers, G Wiles. I mean, I would probably be, I probably averaging like 29. I'd be dunking, making highlight reels and all that stuff. I'd be the GOAT. I mean, if I were playing today. Tom Tolbert. Yup. If you were playing today, man, you think it'd be the GOAT conversation? Yup. Let me see. Yup. I mean, the game was just totally different back then. Yup. But if you put me in the NBA today, yup. I mean, I don't see why I could average 20 and 15. Yup. Yup. But grabbing, rebounds, and put back dunks, boop, boop, do, and my delusion, no mind. All of a sudden be an all-star level player. George Mirasan. Yes. So let me ask you this, George. In today's game, man, what do you think you be doing? Well, today I was about 36 points and 27 rebounds, and I was 7 foot 7, and the game would be so much easier for me. Yeah, and I said about 35, about 18, 19 rebounds, 6 blocks a game. I wouldn't miss a shot for my first 6 seasons. Oh,
Yeah, Two Rows hilarious, man. But yeah, just the disrespect, bro. It's crazy. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to Terrence Ross. So Terrence Ross says that LeBron carries Steph and KD to Olympic gold medals. Well, that's a lie because Steph played phenomenal in the final 2 games, the important games, meaning that you lose those, you don't get no gold medal. But let's see. Let's talk about this one right here. This is the one that really made me lose my damn mind. But I'm gonna let Two go ahead get into it. Damn, I was talking just now. Hold on. I don't know if y'all heard everything, but yeah, I'm gonna let I'm gonna let Two Raw talk about this one. Terrence Ross says that LeBron carries Steph and KD. I don't know if the mic was off or not, but yeah, that's a lie. Cause Steph, he played great in the final two games. You know, if they lose those two, they don't get a gold medal. So that's already a lie right there. But I'm gonna let Two Raw talk about it.
What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So former NBA player Terrence Ross was asked during a live, I guess it was TikTok. He was asked by someone, who was the real MVP, Curry or LeBron, and what are your thoughts on Team USA winning Olympic gold? And then, he made the argument he thought it was LeBron James. Right? Fine. That's what you think? Fine. I thought it was Curry. I think most people that watched it thought it was Curry. He said LeBron. Fine. Whatever. Then he went to an argument about LeBron being the GOAT over Michael. Strongly disagree with that. Strongly disagree with that. But if that's what you think, fine. But it was what he said about LeBron's role in them winning the Olympics that pissed me the fuck off. Sorry, it just did. He said, and I noticed the article didn't put that in there because they knew it was some bullshit. They said that he said, that LeBron carried them throughout the Olympics. Basically saying that LeBron carried that team. I'm so sick of that tired narrative. Damn, don't we get enough of that during the NBA? Now he's so good and everybody else is so bad that during the Olympics, all these superstars, these MVP caliber players, they got to be carried by this old fucking man.
Let me stop Two Raw right there. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about with the disrespect. See how everything snowballed and festered into what we have now today? This is what I'm talking about. When a lot of people didn't come out and fully put their foot down on what LeBron said back in 2016, this is what you have today. Now you got this dude who was a bum. All right, because now that since you wanna lie, we're gonna call you a bum now. So look at this bum with a damn headband on, no shape up, none of that. Look at him, right? So this dude right here is gonna have the nerve to say that LeBron carried the Olympic squad. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, see, and this is why I say that LeBron is unrankable. Because look at the dumb stuff that people say about him. Just lying. He could guard 1 through 5, and he's a pass first player. Like, just lying. And then people like us, we can't give pushback because we're haters. So it's okay for you to lie. So then it should be okay for us to lie. Right? How about this one? Since we're gonna lie, let's talk about it, right? LeBron threw the series back in 2009 because he didn't want to play Kobe. Since we're gonna blatantly lie, let's lie. LeBron threw the series in 2011 because he didn't want Dwayne Wade getting Finals MVP over him. I mean, let's take it there. This is why I have no respect for LeBron and no respect for his fans. And every single time I think, damn, you know what? Maybe I might be a little bit too hard on him. Maybe. No, stuff like this happens. Every single time. Every single time. But that's just a flat out lie. Bro, if Steph Curry doesn't go off in those 2 games, the USA does not get gold. And that had nothing to do with LeBron because he wasn't passing Steph Curry the ball or none of that nonsense.
What's your thoughts on Team USA winning gold, and who is the real MVP, Curry or LeBron? LeBron was the best player in that entire Olympics, bro. Curry did his thing in the last 2 games. He absolutely shot the piss out of the ball like he's known to do. LeBron literally put their team on his back and led them all the way there. I mean, without LeBron, Curry might not even get those shots off. LeBron is literally, to me now, he's the GOAT. I don't know how you can put Jordan over. If Jordan would have done what he was doing for 20 years, I'm like, yeah, like LeBron has a long way to go. The truth of the matter is he played basketball twice, returned twice, got the 3P on his first return. And the second time he came back, he was not the same player. LeBron has literally he's been on a peak his entire career. I mean, he just gets older, but he's still as effective as he's always been. I mean, and the level of competition he's doing it against is, to me, more impressive than the competition that Jordan went against. If we're going to be honest.
You know what?
Now, before 2 Raw continues, right, I just want to say this is that, so this is the problem, and this is part of the lies. See, and people got to explain this. What do you mean by if he's been doing what he's been doing for the last 20 years? So, see, and this is why you can't use longevity, because at Michael Jordan's peak, and with a 10-year window of him reaching his prime to him winning, LeBron has not replicated that 10-year prime at all. At any point in time, you could pick out any 10 years that you want. He has not done more than Jordan in his 10 years. If you want to look at from like 87 to 98 or 86 to 98, he has not done the things that Jordan has done. So what are we talking about? But see, this is the nonsense and the lies that they go to. Oh, if he's been doing what he's been doing the last 20 years, what has he been doing? He hasn't made an all-defensive team since Miami. So what are we talking about? He's not a 2-way player like Michael Jordan. Get out of my face with that. Just lies and nonsense.
Whatever, man. If he thinks the competition is better than today, fine. Whatever, man. I don't even want to argue about that part. I mean, even though I know that's not true. Okay. First of all, the man's been playing on super teams. Has been, he has been colluding with other stars to play with him on super teams. And then you want to argue the competition is better. But yet, when you look at the level of all-stars.
What are you doing? You spend all this time working out, eating right, getting in shape.
In the East, in the LeBron era, versus what Steph Curry had to deal with in the West. It's a joke. I did a video about that on my other channel. I may upload it if I can get it. If I can upload it, I think I.
Exactly. So Steph had to deal with the likes of Harden, Durant, Westbrook, Anthony Davis, guys like that. You know, Duncan, Kawhi, even Kobe for a brief period. Like what are we talking about, bro? I'm not saying Kobe was in that era, but he was in the West. So I'm just saying, like, he had to deal with these superstars. Who did LeBron have to deal with? Who? Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan. Who was in the East? Crazy.
I think that video's lost now, but I forgot the exact numbers now. But the number of All-Stars in the East when LeBron kept going to the finals every year is a joke. A joke compared to the All-Star competition that Michael Jordan had to deal with when he was playing in the Eastern Conference in the 90s. Remember in 97, if I'm not mistaken, the Pistons, who had won like 53 games, were like the sixth seed. Something to that effect. They're like the sixth seed. Meanwhile, LeBron was going up against Paul George and Roy Hibbert. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, man. But that's a whole nother video for another. This notion that he put KD and Curry on his back, and if LeBron's leadership and his playmaking abilities made everything possible for, first of all, for a lot of that stretch, LeBron wasn't even on the goddamn floor when Curry.
And see, this is the problem also, right? Like, how you not gonna win with that team? You barely got by Serbia, who all they had was Joker and Bogdanovich. That's all they had, and you barely got past those guys. So stop acting like LeBron did the you know, like he just did the unreal, the undeniable. No, he did not. The unbelievable. Oh, he led this team, bro. You know how much talent was on that team? What are we talking about? You should have been blowing teams out of the water. This is what I'm saying. All they want to do is suck off one dude. Because your career turned out to be nothing, right? And you need some money in your pocket with your bum ass. Now all of a sudden we gotta take what you say serious because you want to ride LeBron and get a check, right? That's what you want to do. You want to ride LeBron and get a check, right? We already know your type. Just like a lot of these other people, they want to ride LeBron and get a check. Shit is sad, man. They can't just be honest and be realistic and give nobody else credit. And this is why I don't mess with this dude or his fans or anybody who tries to keep it fair. Like, get out of my face. Out of here with that, man.
Was doing his thing, which is why those guys were able to operate. Because when you play in a system, you just got to stand around and be a goddamn catch and shoot player.
And then, right, not only are you standing around, you're not getting the basketball. You might go 2-3 possessions without getting the basketball, and then when he passes it to you, you gotta make the shot. And then when you miss, oh, he missed the shot. Well, he hasn't seen the basketball in like 2-3 possessions. What do you think, somebody's a robot? What are we doing? Guys got to get in rhythm. There has to be teamwork, ball movement. Now, there's times when a LeBron James-led team has good ball movement, but for the most part, sometimes there isn't. There's lack of ball movement. Just lying.
On his thing. Stand around and be a goddamn catch and shoot player. And how is LeBron making his life easier offensively when Curry is one-on-one ISO coverage being double teamed at times? How LeBron helping him? LeBron ain't no super duper threat from outside. It's not like LeBron's in the post like Shaq, like Wilt, like Kareem, a supreme threat in the post, and he's getting double teamed, and then he kicks it out to Curry, and the amount of attention he's getting is, come on, man, what are we doing here? Curry's been owning this nigga. Since 2015, now all of a sudden, Curry needs LeBron to come on, man, what are we talking about? This is why. This is why I'm glad Steph Curry didn't fall for the bait and try to play with this dude, because this is what would have happened. He gets all the credit for everything. Everything.
But yeah, no, right? When he loses, oh, it's not his fault. Oh, you gotta look at you gotta look at George Hill. He missed the free throw. No. It's not that LeBron passed it to him and he's not clutch and he has Steph Curry on the switch on him. No, he was open. So he missed the free throw. You know, J.R. Smith, if he wasn't on the Henny and didn't run out with the basketball, you know, they would have won. It's never his fault for anything, right? Never his fault. But then when they win, he gets all the credit and all the glaze. Yeah, okay.
His fan base is so delusional and so narcissistic and so self-absorbed and so busy looking at this dude dick print instead of actually looking at the damn game that's being played. Now, you're completely erasing the contributions of Curry and Kevin Durant and Joel Embiid, who was doing their thing. Joel Embiid was cooking Jokic, the reigning MVP. Does that get any talk? Nope. Does Kevin Durant's contributions down the stretch get any talk when LeBron totally disappeared on the court or was on the bench? And then after they do all the heavy lifting, they come back against Serbia, and then, you know what I'm saying, they do that thing against France. Now all of a sudden he comes back, just like against Serbia in the penultimate game, right?
I know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, now all of a sudden he wants to come in the game, and as soon as he makes a layup, oh my God, LeBron! He's still like, get out of here, man. Like, stop riding this dude, for real. Stop lying. Like, as soon as he came back in the game, he was the one that, like, closed it down. Like, get out of here, bro. Just lying.
The penultimate game of the Olympics for the Team USA. Remember when it was come back from 17, 18, whatever it was, against Serbia? It was Joel Embiid, Curry, and KD doing all the heavy lifting. LeBron standing around. Then when it comes within two, because he know people are mental midgets and only remember like key moments, like Sugar Ray Leonard, who was flirting against Hagler, you know what I'm saying? He won't doing a damn thing the whole round. The last 25 seconds, oh, let me do some flurries that don't connect. So that's what people going to remember. He goes for the layup. Yeah, LeBron had a game-winning layup earlier in the playoffs. I think it was against, was it Nigeria? A team they weren't supposed to lose to, by the way. Only supposed to be close. Curry was
He's talking about South Sudan.
hitting some of the most amazing shots I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Best erased, and now LeBron gets all this credit. That's what gets on my nerves. That's what gets on our nerves. That's what gets on our fucking nerves.
Same here too, bro. That's that shit that gets on my nerves too. I can't stand these people. Because all they do is lie and suck off one player. This shit is disgusting. It's not about thinking a player is great or not. It's about being honest. And even, and see, Too Raw, he likes Michael Jordan, you know, and he grew up a Michael Jordan fan and whatnot. But objectively speaking, he gave Barkley his credit, which I agree. And he said that Barkley in the 92 Dream Team, Barkley was the best player on that team. He gave Barkley his props. Like these LeBron fans, they so worried about sucking this dude off, they can't even say, man, Curry, you know what? If it wasn't for Curry that he balled out, I don't think we don't win the gold. They can't even be honest and say that. No. Oh, it was LeBron. You know, LeBron leading up to it, he had the better series. Bro, LeBron cannot score like Steph Curry. If you give LeBron the ball, he's not scoring like Steph Curry. He's not. He's not the shooter that Steph Curry is. You can't input LeBron into that role and he's gonna have the same success. Are you kidding me? No. He's not doing one-legged fadeaways at the three-point line over a double team. No, he's not doing that. LeBron is a rhythm shooter. He has to be in rhythm. He has to, good timing. That's the type of shots he takes. Steph Curry could do it in rhythm, out of rhythm, off the dribble, catch and shoot. LeBron doesn't even play off the ball. And this is the nonsense that Turo is talking about, which I 1000% agree with. They're acting like if you put, like you can insert LeBron in that situation, he got the same outcome. No, no, you cannot. And this was the same thing. Shout out to Behind the Bench. This is one of the points that is it Kelvin? I think Kelvin, where he was talking about Kevin Garnett against Dirk Nowitzki. He brought up a very, very good, interesting point. And he was saying that Kevin Garnett, as great as he was a two-way player, he's not a closer or a guy that could get you a big bucket. And that matters a lot. And it does, because you can't put Garnett on that 2011 team and they have the same success. Because there was a lot of times where Dirk Nowitzki was the offense. And that's the point. It applies right here in this same situation. You cannot put LeBron in that spot. You take Steph Curry off that team, they lose. They lose. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. They lose. Now, the only one who might in that scenario have a chance is maybe Kevin Durant. Maybe. But not on LeBron. But they want to give him all the credit. Get out of my face with that. Just lying and glazing this dude, man. It's like people don't... They can't be honest at all, bro. It's annoying. That shit is annoying. And that's why I don't fuck with this dude, bro. Real talk.
That's why I can't root for this dude, man. I don't give him any credit. Because you give his fan base an inch and they snatch a mile and a half from it. The hell that. They snatched the distance between here and California from that. I'm on the East Coast. You can't give them any credit. And by the way, he just said, oh, well, I mean, he came back and got a three-peat, but he came back the second time, he wasn't the same. Well, unlike the guy who you called the GOAT, who, according to reports, and nobody was talking about this, he evaded drug testing from Olympics, the Olympic, what do you call it, testing.
Yeah, he avoided the testing. Big shocker. Yeah, because the Olympics, right? All of those teams that are involved and everything, they're all in bed. They're all in bed with Adam Silver, allegedly.
He evaded that. Nobody talked about that, because they pretty much got a gag order on the media from talking about that, because that's the power this guy has. LeBron didn't,
Right. We can't talk about that, but we could talk about Barry Bonds, right? Right? We could talk about Barry Bonds, who is under the same suspicion as LeBron James. But we can talk about Barry Bonds, but we can't talk about LeBron, right? And this is the point that I have brought up. They're only doing that, they're not only, but for the most part, they're doing that because of LeBron. Both of them face allegations. Neither of them was proven guilty for the most part. But if you let LeBron in the Hall of Fame, you got to put Barry Bonds in there. But like I said, that's just ridiculous. But we already know why he wasn't gonna take that test. We know why. We know why he wasn't gonna get drug tested. Because that shit is all in his veins.
He has the benefit of certain things, allegedly. Okay? Jordan wasn't doing that. But this one gets forgotten. Jordan was doing that in an era where the spacing wasn't the same, the pace was slower. So, of course, offensive stats are not going to be as high because the pace is slower. If teams are only averaging 90 points a game, how in the world do you expect Jordan to average 30? You understand what I'm saying? Today, teams are averaging 115, 120 points, not because they're better. The pace is faster. You're taking big men out of the game.
And not to mention, there's more of an emphasis on scoring.
Big men are big men. They clog up the middle. They slow down the game. You took them out of the game. So there's been an explosion of offense. And it's so much easier to score. I mean, look at Terrence Ross. This dude averaged 11 points a game, scored 50 points in the game. You think he would score 50 points back in the 90s in the game? Hell no.
Oh, I got one better. Fuck no. He wouldn't average none of that. 50 points in a game? Are you kidding me? They would have smacked his fucking headband off and he'd have got sent to the bench. 50 points. Get the fuck out of here.
These guys are delusional, man. All these dudes, Trae Young, all these guys are delusional, man. It was enough when it was a superstar. But now you got these guys just saying this the worst, the stupidest stuff, man. Anyway, Michael Jordan, his first year, played on a knee injury. The knee, according to Kwame Brown, according to others, his knee was like the size of a goddamn grapefruit. He got to get his knee drained every game, after every game, or before every game, I should say. He had to get his knee drained. All this black pus oil stuff coming out of his knee. And before, I think it was a back-to-back against the Heat in February, when they finally shut him down because the knee was just getting too bad. Matter of fact, I believe his knee was getting infected. But there was a month period between late January and late February when Michael Jordan was averaging 26.3 points, 5.9 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 1.3 steals on 46% shooting, which was above league average at that time for a guard / small forward. At one point in time, Jordan had the Wizards with a 26-21 record before things got shut down. He was actually an MVP candidate. Now, magically, he sucked. He struggled. No. He was doing his damn thing with a messed up knee, with fractured, aching ribs, with the decay of his body being out of the game for 3 years and then rushing to take off 50 pounds of fat and get into basketball shape at an advanced age, going up against real Thundercats, going up against beasts like Ben Wallace, going up against beasts like Ron Artest, going up against beasts defensively like the Dikembe Mutombo, going up against, young, real two-way players like Kobe Bryant, going up against phenoms like Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. Who the fuck is LeBron James going up against at his position that he can't just bowling ball away? And nah, LeBron, you don't got no skills like that. Yeah, you got skills, but you don't have no all-time skills. You can't compare to Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan from a skill set position standpoint. You can't compare to Isaiah Thomas from a skill perspective. You can't even stand up against Stephon Marbury from a skill set perspective. No, you big, bro. That's what it is. You're a big dude to get to manipulate the rules and score probably 10,000 of your points illegally.
Exactly. And this is what I was talking about, how he got the league in his damn pocket. Just like with that series against the Warriors. What was that, 2020? What was that? Was that 2023? in the semis. Yeah, league in his damn pocket. Then screwed over the Warriors from trying to repeat and go up against Denver and defend their Western Conference title, because you just have to have that victory because you a jealous, insecure bum, unrankable, and Two Ro's exactly right. You ain't got no skills like that. You don't. And I'll give you one better. You're not even on Kareem's level. You're not even on Duncan's level. You're not. You're not even on Duncan's level at all. And this is what really gets me. I'm still trying to understand, even if you got LeBron at number 2, how the hell is he better than Tim Duncan, who beat him twice in the finals? Like, it's laughable. You ain't even got skills like Wilt or even Olajuwon. You're not in that upper echelon of players because your ass don't play no damn defense. You take plays off. You take steroids. All of this shit. You are so desperate to be relevant and have a competitive advantage. It's disgusting. And then we're supposed to bow down and kiss your ass? Yeah, okay. Like I said, I'm taking it to the grave. I don't give a damn. As long as these people are gonna be disrespectful to the past players, he's gonna be unrankable. Bottom line. And unless he apologizes, comes out and say, hey, you know what? I'm not the GOAT. I should have had more respect than that. Then he'll forever be unrankable. And if you got a problem with what I'm saying and you don't like it and you think I'm a hater, you can kiss my ass. Because if you're not going to hold him accountable for the things that he has done and said in this league, then I don't have no words for you.
Let alone the allegations, which there's a gag order on the media to talk about. Get out of here with this BS, man. It's one thing to call him the GOAT, but no, you're not going to sit here and rewrite history. He carried the Olympics. I know he's going to do this mess, man. Okay, so now all of a sudden, he carried Joel Embiid and KD and Curry and all these MVP winners to Olympics. Gold medal. Come on, man. Unbelievable.
And see, this is what happens when you don't cut things off at the pass. This is what happens. When there's not global pushback and global recognition for other players and what they've done, this is the how do you say it? This is the atmosphere that he has created. And being that there wasn't global pushback, this is what we got to deal with now. This is what we got to deal with. So when we talk about the sports media and the shitty job that they have done in educating the youth and being respectful of history, this is what we're talking about. They've allowed this to happen. Yeah, it is what it is. So, there's not going to be no reversing it, but this is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to just cover this last video. It's another Two Raw joint. I'm gonna cover this one real quick. I'm not gonna really. He doesn't really have much to say on this, which I don't think there should be much to say on this. This is just stupid. But after this, then I'm gonna break out.
What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so look, I'm not even going to entertain this with some type of argument because
Exactly, me either. This is not this. Come on, bro. This is not even a debate. They're doing everything to tear down Jordan, boost up LeBron, tear down Kobe. It is what it is, man. Like I said, I ain't really got much to say. I already said I said everything I wanted to say. Salute to Two Raw. Go check out his channel. Kobe Bryant Film Room, Behind the Bench, Big Dog Talk Sports, Who Was Hendo, Ticket, Uncommon Sense, Angry Old Hoops Fan, Sports Offended. Like, there's just so many guys to watch. You know, a lot of those guys, they do keep it real, keep it objective. And, yeah, like I said, just, you know, this is the culture that has been ushered in by LeBron ever since 2016, since he called himself the GOAT. The disrespect has begun. And the attempt to tear down the eras has officially begun. So, it is what it is, man. You know, at this point, I'm interested to see only two things. I'm interested to see if LeBron retires, and I'm interested to see how the media, the sports media, is gonna handle LeBron's retirement. I'll tell you this though, I'm gonna say it right here, right now. And shout out to Jordan versus LeBron, another great channel. But I agree with him 1000%. If they try to pull a move where it's like, oh, well, you know, LeBron's not in the league, we don't have to kiss his ass anymore, and they're going to try to be fair and objective, and, oh, well, LeBron's not really in the GOAT debate, you know, he's more like, you know, around this spot. If they try to do that, bro, I'm done. Because when things were hot and heavy, in the moment, you guys did all this lying, all of this capping, all of this nonsense, all right? And even guys like Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce are to blame as well. You know, now they want to speak up, but bro, you ushered in a part of this nonsense as well. If you discrediting your own era, or you're not giving your era props, what do you think people are going to do? And then when the sports media and LeBron fans turn on your ass, now it's like, oh, no, wait, we were great. No, you already denied the fact that you were great. Oh, man, look at what these young players are doing now. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't see the skills? You don't see LeBron? Yeah, you did that. You were to blame for that. So I don't feel sorry for you that they trashing your era. Now all of a sudden you want to come, oh, man, a lot of players wouldn't make it. Well, you shouldn't have been glazing LeBron, bro. Just like with Paul Pierce. Did all that glazing, why, to get a check? Because you got fired from ESPN? Just to get some money? Some clicks and views? Really? This is what we're doing? We're that desperate? I thought you guys were millionaires. I thought you guys were living in luxury. Apparently not. Nigga, I got kids to feed. Whatever, man. Anyway, like I said, you know, this Steph Curry is really the only one that carried himself with respect in this era. Even Kevin Durant, to a certain extent, but even him, he's coming out saying, "Oh, I should be in the GOAT debate." And bro, before you talk about being and make an all defensive team, bro. Okay, can you do that? Can you make an all defensive team first before you start talking about GOAT debate? Make a second team. This stuff is just, it's annoying, bro. It gets tiresome. But like I said, as long as I have a channel, I'm going to adjust and go against the disrespect because I'm not going to tolerate it. Especially when it comes to this man right here on your screen, Kobe Bean Bryant. Much respect to him. Salute. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Bill Walton. Rest in peace, Bill Russell. Rest in peace, Jerry West, Will Chamberlain, and so many others. But that's going to do it for today. You know, this is just nonsense. Scottie Pippen had a higher pick than Kobe. Alright, bro, whatever. I'm not even going to waste my time on this. I'm going to end the video right here. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate that. I'll be back probably with some gaming tomorrow. Your boy was in a good mood, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as I saw this, I'm like, bro, I got to talk about this. But, you know, this is what they want to do. They want to lie. It is what it is. So, hopefully you all enjoy. Hopefully you all are doing good. And last but not least, hopefully you all take very good care of yourselves. We're living in crazy times. So I might be back tomorrow. Salute to all those guys. Salute to 2 Raw. Go sub and like his video. And no more to be said, man. Most skilled. You know, you gotta look at that skill, will, and just dominance. So I'm out of here, everybody. That's it for this one. Take care, y'all. See ya.